Alrighty y'all, welcome back to the channel. So as promised today, I am doing a couple different pear recipes. If you've been following us, you know we picked 76 pounds of pears and it's time that I started getting these canned. So we're gonna do a couple different recipes such as pear butter, pear jam. I'm gonna can some slices in a light syrup. I'm gonna can some halves in some water, and I think I'm going to do some pear cider too. So if that's something that interests you and you're wanting to learn what to do with your pears, then come along and join us.
I'm coming home.
Alrighty y'all, so this is the first recipe that we're doing in our couple pear recipes. I'm doing a homemade pear cider. So basically in here I have 10 pears cored with the peel still on. So we're gonna literally just half it up. I mean, it's nothing, there's no science. I have some half, some bigger. Throw it all in there. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to use 1/3 of a cup of orange juice, or you can use the juice of 1 orange. All right, our next thing that we're actually going to put in here is 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, or you can use 4 cinnamon sticks, whichever you choose. All right, I'm using 2 teaspoons of ground nutmeg, or nutmeg powder, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be making this very fallsy. It's going to be so delicious. I'm also going to do 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. And then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the vanilla beans out of my homemade vanilla extract, which I need to make some more. It's getting low. And I'm going to add that to this mixture. Now in the recipe, it asks for you to half it and put it in there, but when you make vanilla extract, you already half it. So this is just gonna be dropped right in there. And we're also gonna do 1/2 cup of loosely packed brown sugar. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add 10 cups of water to all of this stuff inside of here. I don't know if you can really see it. It's gonna be a very informal video, y'all. Or until the water covers at least 2 inches above the pears. So this is 4 cups right here, another 4 cups. We're gonna see if that covers up enough. Nope, we're gonna need at least 1 more cup of water. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a good stir. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this on the back burner because we're doing a lot of canning today. And we're going to put it on high and let it come to a boil for about an hour. And then once it hits the hour mark, what we're going to do is we're going to lower the heat and we're gonna let it simmer for another 2 hours. So when the hour is up, I'll bring you back and kind of show you how everything's looking. So 1 hour uncovered. Alrighty, y'all. Next, I have it all separated. I have 4 pounds, 4 pounds, 8 pounds, 4 pounds, and now I gotta do a lot of peeling pears. Let's see if I can talk today, y'all. So here we go. Let's start peeling. And I have them separated because this is pear butter, pear jam, the slices, and then I've decided since I have so many left over, I'm going to do some pear and fig jam as well. So we'll see how that turns out. So it's been on for about half hour. And this is kind of what it's looking like. So it's doing good. I'm just gonna give it a stir and continue to let it boil. It's smelling amazing, y'all. I wish y'all could smell this. Pear cider! So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna go ahead and cut these off the core, because I do not have a core, and then take off all these little ugly pieces, because we need them into chunks for the jam, which is what we're doing first. Alrighty, so we're on almost an hour and a half now. Everything's smelling good, looking good. I've turned it down to low and we've covered it. So now it's gonna sit like this for 2 hours. So it's just a waiting game now. So we're gonna sit this, you'll probably hear it in the back as I'm doing all the other ones. Over here I'm peeling pears, 4 days. Alrighty, so I have my diced up 4 pounds of pears, and I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This just stirs the acidity when you're water bath canning, which is what we're gonna be doing with this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this up to a boil and I'm gonna immersion blend it so it's a little bit smoother, and then that's when we'll add in the pectin. So I'll see you once it comes up to a boil. Alrighty, so I've immersion blended it up. I don't know if you can really see on the camera. It's like an apple sauce consistency or a pear sauce. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the pectin. And I use the ball pectin, but I use it in the jar kind of thing. So that's 4 tablespoons equals a packet. So I'm gonna get 4 tablespoons. And I'm gonna whisk this in, and then I'm gonna bring it back up to a boil so I can add all the sugar. So I'll show you that. All right, it's back up to boiling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm adding 5 cups of sugar into the liquid with the pectin, all at one time. And then we're gonna stir it in. Carefully stir it in. Again, this is boiling fruit juice. And once you get that back all dissolved, you're gonna bring it back to a rolling boil. Rolling boil meaning you cannot stir it away. And once you get it to that rolling boil, we're going to set a timer for 1 minute. Alrighty, we're at the rolling boil, so now I'm going to check my time and do it for 1 minute. I'm going to stir it and let it boil for 1 minute. By the way, with the scraps, if you saw in the other video, I did the pear scrap vinegar from Jessica at 3 Rivers Homestead. It turned out really good the last time, so I had a lot of scraps. So I was like, let me do some more peach scrap vinegar. And what you do for every cup of water, it's a tablespoon of sugar. And you're gonna cover it with a coffee filter and let it sit for 2 weeks. Once it sits for 2 weeks, then you're gonna strain out all of the hard, solid bits, put it in with a, same thing with a coffee filter and a ring and a dark cupboard for about 6 to 7 months. So by next spring, we'll have some yummy pear scrap vinegar. I forgot to say, most of the recipes are from my favorite canning book, the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. Fabulous, fabulous. I'll leave it in the Amazon shop. And the Pear Cider was from our holiday cookbook. So make sure that you check that out and get you one of the books. So my next project with the pears is going to be, I'm going to can halves and slices in water. So this bag right here, I'm gonna do it all off camera, but then I'll show you before I backfill with the boiling water. So yeah, I'm gonna get cutting and I'll come back in a second. Alrighty y'all, so I did it in slices and halves for the pears, and I fill it with the water. I did a raw pack. I'm not really showing the canning this time, so if you want to see canning, make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave it in the comment, and I'll do more canning videos. I have a couple that I'll leave up in index cards. But this will now wipe down the rims, put the top and the rings on, put it in the water bath canner for 20 minutes, pints for 20 minutes. All right, y'all, see you on the next recipe. Alrighty, I don't know how much you can see because it's smoking, but it has been 3 hours for the cider. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna mash it to get all of the good flavor out. I'm gonna cover it back up and probably let it sit for another 30 to 45 minutes to soak in all of it before I strain it and put it in jars, but I will show you that. Alrighty, so my pears have cooled, and this is for the pear butter that I'm doing now, y'all. This is my first time doing it, so we're gonna figure it out together. So let me blend this up. We'll be back. We're gonna add all of our stuff, and then we gotta simmer, let it simmer for about an hour. And then we'll keep this warm because we'll water bath can this as well. So I'll see you once I'm all blended up. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the juice of a large orange and a lemon. And I'm gonna add some seasonings now. All right, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. If I can get my thing in there, okay. And we're going to add now a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I'm gonna do more than that because I'm a rebel. So like maybe 3/4 of cinnamon. 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Again, rebel. And then a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we make our own, and I actually gotta start making some for next year. So we'll pour that in. And we're gonna mix her up and bring to a boil. So we brought it up to a boil, and now I turned it down to a low medium. And I don't know if you can really see how kind of applesauce-y thickness it is. So it said in the directions that that is good. So now we're just going to let it simmer for about an hour until it's nice and thick, and then we'll go ahead and can it. So we will see you once it's in about an hour, y'all. And the cider made 2 quarts. So I'm gonna water bath those for 5 minutes. And it made a little for me. Cheers. Alrighty, y'all, I forgot to shoot about how thick the apple butter was, but it turned out great. We got 3 pints from it. So this is, after today, we got 7 pear jams. We got 7 pears in water. I did some halves and some slices. You don't really want to touch your canning stuff until the next day, but hey, I'm a rebel. I had enough pears to do a mixture of the pear and fig jam. We did 7 of those, 2 pear ciders, and 3 of the pear butters. So yeah, y'all, if y'all enjoyed these videos, learning different recipes for pears, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know anytime that new content drops to our channel. If you would like more canning videos, definitely hit that thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section. Share this video with other people on social media that you think may like it. Till next video, y'all, be blessed.
I'm coming home.